Tonight to the program, we look into the suggestions from human rights workers for solving the Myanmar refugee crisis in Thailand. Then we have a special interview with a Thai Indian beauty queen who decided to compete again in Miss Universe Thailand as a married woman. And we take you to an art exhibition by a famous multi-dimensional Chinese artist, Jackie Tsai. สวัสดีค่ะ I'm Nad Bunag and welcome to This Week with Thai PBS World. Thailand is currently housing about 90,000 refugees from Myanmar in temporary shelters along the Thai-Myanmar border, and this is according to UNHCR. Human rights workers recommend that the state needs to work more with local organizations and put those refugees into the system by giving them official refugee status. They also made suggestions on what ASEAN's role should be in solving this regional crisis.
Thailand does not officially recognize the refugee status as the country has not ratified the 1951 UN Refugee Convention. As such, all refugees without a proper travel documents are subject to arrest and detention. They will be treated as illegal aliens, and if they don't have any legal documents, they cannot get access to a certain level of welfare. Organizations helping these refugees are also facing limitations, a lack of human resources, and cannot facilitate food, healthcare, and accommodation provision to the refugees. The chief executive of the Sao Mae Sam Liep, Pongpipat Mi Benjamat, said that Thailand needs to be more open to well-experienced organizations in collaboration with the government agencies to help refugees appropriately.
ก็ไม่มีองค์กรที่คือเหมือนกับคือองค์กรกลางที่จะต่อจากการจัดการเรื่องของหน่วยงานรัฐกับคือในพื้นที่อย่างเงี้ยเขาก็คือขาดคือการเข้าไปแก้ไขปัญหาในเรื่องการเตรียมความพร้อมหรือการช่วยเหลือเนี่ยเราอาจจะต้องดูในบริบทและคือสภาพปัญหาด้วยของแต่ละกลุ่มด้วย
To help refugees systematically, human rights workers suggest that there is a need to bring refugees into the system. The Thai government should officially accept that the country does have refugees on paper and by law. Scrap the thought that Thailand is just a transit country, as many of them have been living in Thailand for generations now. To bring them into the system, it needs a top-down policy. The refugees should not be processed through the national screening mechanisms as illegal aliens, but rather as refugees who should be provided with humanitarian aid.
ตัวพรบคนเข้าเมืองเนี่ยสำหรับอาจารย์เนี่ยเราถึงคิดว่ามันเริ่มล้าสมัยแล้วล่ะว่าที่จริงมันมีความพยายามของนักวิชาการแล้วก็ของภาคประชาสังคมพยายามผลักดันให้มีการแก้ไขมีการปรับปรุงพรบคนเข้าเมืองให้มันทันสมัยมากขึ้นโดยเฉพาะอย่างยิ่งให้มันสอดคล้องกับกฎหมายใหม่ๆที่เรามีขึ้น
An academic who has been doing research on Myanmar refugees also suggests that we see refugees as potential human resources who could contribute to economic growth. Once we start including them in the development plan, it will be easier for various factors to work with the issue. Pongpipat said, however, that diplomacy between Thailand and Myanmar alone is not enough, as sometimes the work of authorities and locals are not in alignment and jeopardizing life security, as some refugees are pushed back to their country when the situation remains unsafe.
นอกจากคือความสัมพันธ์คือระดับรัฐบาลเนี่ยคือมันจะต้องมีความสัมพันธ์ทางการทูตในระดับพื้นที่ด้วยมันก็คือระดับชาวบ้านถ้าสมมติเกิดปัญหาเนี่ยมันจะมีการช่วยเหลือยังไงเพราะว่าคือกลุ่มประชากรผู้นี้ชุมชนชาวบ้านผู้นี้เนี่ยคือเหมือนว่าคือเขาก็คือถูกปฏิเสธจากคือรัฐบาลกลางเหมือนกันแต่ว่าคือในทางปฏิบัติก็ยังมีการคืออ้างว่าคือสถานการณ์เนี่ยคือดีขึ้นแล้วก็คือสมควรที่คือจะสมัครใจกับถิ่นฐานอะไรเงี้ยแต่ที่จริงลึกๆก็คือบางทีคือชาวบ้านที่หนีมาเขาก็ยังไม่กล้าที่คือจะกลับเข้าไปอยู่ในพื้นที่เดิมแล้วคือในระดับพื้นที่ก็คุณน่าจะมีการผ่อนปรนบางอย่างทำให้คือกลุ่มผู้ลี้ภัยเนี่ยคือเขาจะได้ปลอดภัยจริงๆ
When talking about urgent actions Thailand could take once the new government is formed, Dr. Siprapa suggests how ASEAN countries can join forces and start tackling this regional issue together. As ASEAN came up with a comprehensive action plan to tackle the Indochina refugee crisis a few decades ago, ASEAN's role definitely has potential in pushing the international community to help with the refugee issue.
ประเทศในอาเซียนเนี่ยควรจะต้องมีเอกภาพในการที่จะผลักดันให้มันมีวาระเรื่องของการย้ายถิ่นจริงๆเพราะว่าขณะนี้มันไม่มีวาระเรื่องการย้ายถิ่นที่มีการพูดคุยกันอย่างเปิดเผยในอาเซียนแต่สิ่งที่อาเซียนจำเป็นต้องมีคือวาระร่วมกันที่จะพูดเรื่องของการย้ายถิ่นรวมถึงผู้ลี้ภัยปัจจุบันไม่ใช่วิกฤตที่มาจากประเทศเมียนมาเท่านั้นว่าที่จริงมันคือปัญหาของอาเซียนทั้งภูมิภาค
Although this crisis demands Thailand's attention to address the root cause of displacements in the long run, the lives at hand are the first to be saved. There is a need for Thailand and the whole world to come together as a global community to call for basic human rights. And may we not forget that no one wants to leave their home or wants to be a refugee. This is not their choice. The situation made it their choice. Atikan Kunsaknan reporting for Thai PBS World.
We're still talking about the refugee crisis. Thailand has the second largest refugee population in Asia. With that, we have over 150,000 stateless children in the system, including those who are not registered. Though Thailand has made a lot of progress in the past 10 years, especially in terms of the policies, there's still room for improvement to accelerate the process and reach the goal of zero stateless children in the near future.
คือเด็กไร้รัฐไร้สัญชาติเนี่ยมีทุกที่ทุกเขตพื้นที่ของสำนักทะเบียนไม่ว่าจะเป็นสำนักทะเบียนท้องถิ่นหรือสำนักทะเบียนอำเภอมีทุกที่ทั่วประเทศแต่ความหนาแน่นจำนวนอาจจะแตกต่างกันไปซึ่งณวันนี้แน่ๆก็คือเด็กยืนอยู่บนผืนแผ่นดินนี้ทีนี้ข้อท้าทายเราจะจัดการบริหารยังไงทำให้เด็กเหล่านี้ได้มีสถานะที่ถูกต้องตามกฎหมาย
Santipong has been working with children for almost 30 years. He has seen the problems and challenges of stateless children firsthand. From an activist point of view, Santipong said that Thailand has been trying to deal with the issue structurally with laws and policies in place. The problem now is the practicality of the process. With the birth registration for all and education for all approach that the country has adopted, Thailand's efforts and progress have been recognized internationally. The situation on the ground, however, is still moving very slowly.
On an annual basis, we estimate that between 6,000 to 7,000 children receive legal status. And when I gave you the number of 200,000, you can imagine the scopes and how many years it would actually take us for children to access their right. Thailand does not lack political will. Thailand just needs to accelerate the procedures. So some of these very simple things that can be adopted are the simplification of the procedures. The second thing that needs to happen is more flexibility in the way Thailand applies the legal criteria.
In Severin's words, statelessness is the gravest of the child rights violations. Without legal identity, these children will not be able to access basic services such as life-saving vaccinations or just basic education. When all the doors to life improvement close, they are deprived of the opportunity to flourish. Some of these children know nothing else besides life in Thailand. Though the country has a birth registration for all policy, there is still an issue of not implementing it or doing it very slowly, creating bottlenecks in the system. Simplification and flexibility is what many are hoping for. Sometimes things that look like small issues for adults are impossible for children, especially those without parents.
Simplify the procedures, injecting more resources into the process by increasing the number of officials who can process the cases, establish perhaps a specific task force within the government to process as fast as possible cases of statelessness. So these are all measures, simplifying, eliminating bottlenecks which delay the process. So if you don't start addressing children, when these children will grow as statelessness and will have children, will again continue to perpetuate the statelessness in Thailand.
เมื่อเดินทางไม่ได้หลักประกันสุขภาพไม่มีโอกาสทำมาหากินในการประกอบสัมมาอาชีพในอนาคตก็เป็นอุปสรรคถนนมันก็บีบแคบมาไปไหนล่ะครับจนบางคนบอกว่าถ้าประตูโรงเรียนประตูวัดไม่เปิดรองรับเด็กเหล่านี้ประตูคุกอาจจะเปิด
Tulip Naksompoplao reporting for Thai PBS World.
And since the beginning of this year, the confidence of foreign investors in Thailand has diminished in light of the uncertain political situation. Our reporter Frank Han-Shi had a chance to talk to the president of the American Chamber of Commerce as she expressed confidence that the foreign investment will come to Thailand as long as the new leader can carry out solid development and effective implementation of economic policies.
While Thailand is still waiting for the new government to get up and running, instability in politics can significantly impact foreign investor confidence in the country. Statistics show in the first 6 months of 2023, foreign investors have sold more than 100 billion baht of equity on the stock market. The American Chamber of Commerce is, however, expressing the positive message that Thailand can still attract major foreign direct investment if the leader can achieve solid development.
And in order to promote...
In an exclusive interview with Thai PBS World, the president of AMCHAM, Ms. Mukpibuntham, identified that the crucial issue in Thailand is political stability.
On the political front, I think the people who are already in Thailand has less concern, right? Because we have been through many government changes, and everyone knows that Thailand and Thai people, they are very open and very welcoming to foreign investors. What we want to see the government is the government can be formed very quickly with a smooth and fast transition, and of course we want to see the winning majority to form the government, right? Because the strong the government leads to the political stability for the next 4 years, right? At the moment, I think there is a little bit concern because of all the noises that we hear, we read from the media that the government cannot be formed quickly.
From her point of view, the next government should urgently look into household debt and the electricity price, since foreign investors consider the size of the economy and cost in the market. The high household debt in Thailand means that domestic consumption is not strong.
The first thing is about the high household debt that probably, as we speak, is already at 90%. Right? We have some sympathy to the current government that when they came in, the household debt is already at 80%. And because of COVID hit the country, so they didn't really have flexibility in terms of extending the policy to tackle the household debt problem. And you know that the high household debt means that people do not have money to spend, right, in which it's impact domestic consumption.
What could the government right now do at this moment to stabilize the confidence in the market and business communities?
The other challenge that the new government has is probably on electricity price. You heard a lot about the rise in electricity costs. At the moment, we are paying the electricity twice higher than Vietnam. 3 times higher than Malaysia. How can the companies in Thailand, not only the foreign company in Thailand, can be competitive in international markets? And the other thing is our energy source rely, I think 2/3 of energy source rely on import. So it put Thailand at a very high risk of energy dependency.
Mook emphasized that renewable energy in Thailand is a positive sign, but foreign investors see all good incentives are there in the policy. They are, however, concerned about the process of making it happen. The AMCHAM president also pointed out, since Thailand is having labor shortage issue with an aging demographic and declining birth rate, foreign workers are critical for the growth of economy.
The volume of the paperwork and the effort that we need to put in order to obtain business visa, working permits, the process is still very onerous. So we would like to see the process more simplified and straightforward.
And if Thailand wants to attract more foreign direct investment, the opportunity is still there, Mook said.
It seems that each country in Southeast Asia finds its own niche. Indonesia, for example, there benefits from the flows into batteries, commodity downstream, EV related, mainly from the North Asian countries, Japan, Taiwan, South Korea. Malaysia, they managed to secure the interest from European and North American countries into electronic, right? Malaysia, they represent around 13 to 14% of the semiconductor output globally. For Thailand, I don't think it's too late. We may miss the first trend of the global supply chain shift, but the policy of MNCs in China +1, we always here, we always there, right? And originally, the China +1 strategy came from the rise in labor costs in China. So the MNCs start looking that +1, right? But because of the current geo-economic fragmentation, so I'm sure that the money will pouring in Asian countries.
For the leadership of the next government, it is very important to make things happen. They need to implement policies quickly and effectively. Fostering good relations with neighboring countries will also help push Thailand forward in the global supply chain. Cooperation is more important than competition in the international market. Reincarnation reporting for Thai PBS World.
And now let's have a look at the other stories in our weekly roundup. A royal command has been issued for the appointment of Pracha Chat Party leader Wan Muhammad Nomatha as the House Speaker, Move Forward Constituency MP Patipat Santipada as the first Deputy Speaker, and Pheu Thai Constituency MP Pichet Chea Meungpan as the second Deputy. The royal command, countersigned by Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, has been published in the Royal Gazette. A joint sitting of the Thai Parliament will convene on July 13th to vote for the next Prime Minister. However, House Speaker Wan Muhammad Nomatha explained that there is no limit to how many times Parliament will meet to select the Prime Minister, and Move Forward Party leader Pitha Limcharoenrat may not necessarily be the only prime ministerial candidate. Thailand's National Human Rights Commission will try to stop 126 undocumented students from Myanmar being repatriated after the Ang Thong Primary Education Office became suspicious that they might have been lured to study at a school in the province. The plight of the children came to light when the director of the school in Pa Mok district sought registration of the children at the school with the Provincial Primary Education Office to secure financial support. The Securities and Exchange Commission filed a formal complaint with the Department of Special Investigation against 6 individuals who are former and active executives and a major shareholder of Star Corp, an industrial cable maker, and 4 companies for financial misconduct, ranging from doctoring financial statements, accounting irregularities, and hiding information from the public regarding the sale of debentures to public fraud. The alleged fraudulent acts were part of the scam involving the sale of stock debentures and a plan to increase capital in the stock market to raise funds for the acquisition of 2 listed companies in Germany. And in this episode of Empowering Thai Women, I had a chance to talk to Pawina Singthakwal, who was previously the first runner-up in Miss Universe Thailand 2020, and she has decided to compete again this year as a married woman.
I think it's a platform where women can showcase their talents first and then inspiring the young women around the world. And that's really inspires me to be better and, to showcase my talents. And it doesn't matter if I'm married or divorced or with child, I can show my talents regardless of those relationship or marital status.
When it comes to beauty pageants, most competitions, including Miss Universe, have always only been open to single women. This will no longer be the case, as the Miss Universe organization has made a historic change to its rules to allow married women and mothers to compete. Upon learning of the announcement, Pawina Singthakwal decided to compete again as a married woman, with hopes of inspiring women regardless of marital status to follow their dreams.
I think that's such a wonderful thing, and it's a step of inclusivity that they want to show that equality for women is real and it keeps happening every day. And we are part of the society, and we as individuals, we should make the society more inclusive for all women.
Nowadays, beauty pageants are no longer just about beauty. As Pawina explains, it has evolved into a platform that empowers women to showcase their talents and speak out for issues in which they believe. With her experience competing in Miss Universe Thailand before, Pawina expresses confidence that she will win this year's competition and represent Thailand on the global Miss Universe stage.
Competing how many times doesn't matter for me. The most important thing is what you learn from this competition and the pageant. How have you grown throughout the years? And that is like the most important thing that one can learn and be. It's about how do you showcase your talent and how do you speak about the cause that you believe in. That is what inspires me to do the pageant and to speak out about the causes that I believe in, such as bullying and cyberbullying. And now I'm advocating about the right for equal right for the women and married women in the workplace.
Oftentimes, married women are perceived as too old to compete or even to pursue certain careers due to existing gender roles limiting their potential to being a housewife. Pawina herself has encountered such stereotypes since she got married 2 years ago.
Well, definitely that a lot of people in Thailand think that married women should be a housewife, and they think that we should, stay at home and we don't go to work. That is kind of a misconception that I would like to change, because myself, after I got married, I worked for myself, and I had this great opportunity to create a show, a non-profit show, to educate a lot of people. And I am also a managing partner of my own company that I work with my husband. And I just want to show them that you have the talent, you have your dreams, you can go pursue them. Even though you're married or divorced or you have a child, it doesn't matter. That is just your status, marital status, and it doesn't matter about what you do. It's how you want to pursue your dreams is the most important thing.
As Pawina says, she's advocating for women's rights. What she hopes to see in Thailand, especially from the new government, are more policies to promote an inclusive environment for all genders, as well as to protect women in the workplace.
Well, in Thailand, a lot of women are working with the government, and I can see that there's still this policy about clothing, that women have to wear only skirt, not pants. So I would like to see that change first. Another thing is that I see this upcoming government having this policy about maternity leave. They will work more towards to make the maternity leave about 6 months. Nowadays, it's only 90 days. But in Denmark, it's 1 year already, and you can share that 1 year with your partner, regardless of their gender. Definitely speak up for yourself. Know your worth and never let any society norms change your mind. You are talented, you are strong, and you are capable of doing anything you want to do. Just stand up and speak for yourself.
And in this episode of Walk-A-Tif, Kitipat Chusukjit will take you to an art exhibition by a famous multi-dimensional Chinese artist, Jackie Tsai.
Western art, of course, influenced me a lot, but never forget where I come from. So the Western influence become a very positive factor in my art. So I find that gray area, so which all the Western people can understand, East people can understand. So that gray area is something a lot of artists need to find.
Spanning from traditional canvas to NFT real-time-based digital art, Jackie Tsai is a multidimensional Chinese artist who intends to create artworks that integrate Eastern ideology and cultural symbols with Western pop art icons and motifs. To show his East meets West artworks to the world, he launched his first solo arts exhibition in Thailand called Reincarnation, with the idea that death is not the end of existence, it leads to a new beginning.
Flower means the life, skull means the death. Flower is soft, skull is hard, right? So there's so much contrast. So many years later, I can feel this serious topic a little bit more, so I can create a beautiful skull in any visual languages. So skull for me, especially for me, is the process to overcome the fear and to create something very beautiful, rebirth from the death. So my skull never represent death. My skull represent the rebirth.
So this is the work of art that Jackie Tsai, the artist, considered as his masterpiece of this exhibition. So he said that this work of art is a combination between the Thailand's story and his skull art. And this piece called Bangkok Skull, this eye-catching masterpiece is installed in the atrium of Mocha. Famous for collaborating with fashion house Alexander McQueen on a collection of floral skulls, Bangkok Skull is the only skull art that he specially created for this exhibition in Thailand. He took around 3 months to complete this, the biggest skull artwork he had ever created, and incorporated Thai culture into the artwork, which he considers a work that combines his personality and Thainess.
When I travel to Bangkok a lot, so I see the beautiful mirror art in the airport, especially the first time. I mean, the impact is so much. Just to remind me of the Chinese traditional lacquer carving. It's quite similar, details. And also I see the beautiful color like a gold with the red. So it's very like lacquer carving art. So I always have a concept to do this skull.
Besides his famous skulls, his newly created works reflect COVID and post-COVID life. He said that some of his works represent the great rebirth from death, the way we overcame the COVID-19 period, as he wants his works to encourage people to have faith after COVID. The visitors can explore the mock-up of one of his masterpieces called Tiger Express, which was launched in 2019 when he partnered with East and Oriental Express and Save Wild Tigers to create a visual reminder of the majesty of tigers which, in a similar way to the train, travel through Southeast Asia. Another highlight of the exhibition is the 8-meter-wide painting that took him a year to complete, called Parody of Jay's Music. He collaborated with the famous Taiwanese singer and art collector Jay Chou, and the painting tells the story of 20 years of Jay's music and entertainment career. Through his 36 artworks in the exhibition, 10 of them can be transformed to digital art by using the Zen application. If a mobile phone camera is pointed at the artwork, you will find augmented reality graphics for each piece. To puzzle out the word reincarnation from Jackie Tsai's perspective. The exhibition is available to visit until July 23rd at the Museum of Contemporary Art in Bangkok. Kitipat Chunsukhchit reporting for Thai PBS World.
And that wraps up tonight's edition of This Week with Thai PBS World. Join us every Friday at 10:45 p.m. only on Thai PBS. And don't forget to follow us on social media, including our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ